Hi everybody, I'm Amy, and today I have a video within a video for you. So something interesting happened. I filmed a video about a month ago, and it's great. I love the video. I almost posted it, but something caused me to hesitate. And I wasn't sure what it was until recently. And I want to add a beginning and an end around the video to explain more of what happened on a manifesting side. So the content in the video is perfect the way that it is. However, there's something that I didn't think of that will actually help a lot of people out there, especially some of the more advanced manifestors, to understand how our imagination and our focus really does carry the day of something that we expect. So before we get into that though, my name is Amy. I am a manifesting coach. If you like the content of this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. Also, you can follow me on Instagram because that's where I post things that I manifest. I do live a manifesting lifestyle. And if you like the video, go ahead and like it. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. Now, let's get right into it because this is super interesting. And I totally embarrassed myself. So here's what's going to happen. I like to demonstrate things. I think sometimes when we have a visual representation of something, it makes a little more sense. I love Daiso. It's a Japanese dollar store. It's like $1.50 store. And they have two in LA. And whenever I go to LA, I go and buy bucket loads of awesome, cute Japanese stuff. I love Japan. And I hoard it in my suitcase and I bring it home. And one of the things I bought this time was this awesome sweater drying net. So you hang it and then you dry your sweater on it. I'm very excited about it. Here is what it looks like. So you can see it, right? It's got a little hook. You hang the sweater on it. I washed a sweater the other night and then it dried perfectly. It worked exactly the way it was supposed to. That is not the point of the video. The point of the video is to show you the instructions on how to put it back together, to break it down so I can store it. So I want to show you these instructions. They're not complicated. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You put your hands on the rim and you twist and you turn and it folds down into a flat little pancake. Except this has been my nemesis all day. All day I have tried to get it to go down and I cannot get it to go down. Even with instructions, with diagrams of where to put my hands. So I want to show you again what this looks like. So don't think there's something wrong with you if you are listening to manifesting and you can't get it to work. This happens to the best of us with $1.50 Japanese sweater drying nets. All right, so basically you're supposed to, I'm looking at the instructions in case you wonder what I'm doing. Twist, wait, I gotta turn it upside down like that. Twist, twist, yes, twist, great. See how that is not a pancake? Okay, so I told you I was going to embarrass myself. I have a college degree, by the way. Okay, so you go like this, and you twist. Okay. Again, I'm reading the instructions. They've drawn them with hands and this, and they show you exactly what to do. Oh, you twist opposite. Okay, so you twist opposite. And then push together. This is not a pancake. Twist opposite and push together. And all right. This is what happens to people when they're manifesting. They hear like, do step 1, do step 2, do step 3, and then all of your dreams will just fall out of the sky like a bag of gold. And then you do it, and you're like, it's just a net from the Japanese dollar store and I can't even get it to work, right? Do you see what I'm saying? So that was the point of the demonstration. I don't know how I'm going to get this to go down. So I'm sure a lot of these awesome men who are watching the video are going to give me exact instructions on how to fold this down because I'm sure someone out there knows how to do it. My spatial reasoning must not be so high. Anyway, oh my God, I did it! Ah! Okay, I did it. All right, yay! That was so exciting. I'm so excited. And it's gonna go back in the bag where I'm gonna keep the instructions that have done me almost no use because I did that when I let go and gave up. Now, put it back in the bag. Okay, so now that you've seen what happens, I can explain one of the tweaks that you might need to make if you are going through the manifesting process, you're doing the instructions, and you're not seeing results. And it's exactly what happened to me, which caused me to have the success that I did with getting the sweater rack to go down while actually recording the video. Let me explain. Okay, so all throughout the day that I was fiddling with it, I was taking action to get it to go down. I really wanted it to go down faster, like just have it go down at any point that day would have been great. But I wasn't fully aware that I was holding an image in my mind, which is sort of like a second intention or a secondary thing of, I had this image of it, of doing it correctly, of it collapsing and going down while I was recording a video for you guys. So the one that dominates is the one that you're holding in mind the strongest. And I wasn't aware that that was the strongest image because I wasn't deliberately trying to do that. I wasn't deliberately trying to think it. It was just something that I thought would be really cool if I could get it to work on camera. So after I watched the video, after I, finished recording it and went back and watched it, it like dawned on me. I'm like, oh my God, that's what I've been thinking all day. I wasn't aware what I was thinking all day. This is a tweak that I want you to consider when you're doing your following instructions of the manifesting process and not seeing results. If it's not working, you have to tweak something. What do you need to tweak? Well, it depends. And this is where you have to sort of double check several different things to assess yourself. You might be focusing too much. You might be focusing too little. You would need to adjust. You might be focusing on something you don't want. You might be focusing on the how or the when. You would need to adjust. You need to check your belief. Do you really believe it's possible? You might need to see if you still have resistance left over. Some resistance is not that noticeable, and you have to sort of take time to really acknowledge it so you can release it. Are you attached? Did you used to be attached and then you're detached now and then you got more attached? You want to double check that. So if you are following the instructions and you're not seeing results, just tweak things. One of the things that you can tweak is, am I actually holding an image in my mind, right? That matches what I'm trying to do right now. And those two things didn't match in my world. All day, I was holding an image of it only working, or it working the first time for the recording. So then I was it was sort of like a futile attempt to get it to work at any other point during the day, because that was what my consciousness was holding in a placeholder for where I was going. So you might be thinking, well, how do you know which one is dominant? Typically, the image is dominant. I'll just be honest with that. We think in terms of images. We see in images before we even learn to speak language. So think about babies, they use their five senses. Speaking and forming words and, speaking language out of their mouth is not something that they come with right away. They develop it. I mean, they have the ability to do it, but they develop it as they get a little bit older. So babies are thinking in terms of images. You're thinking in terms of images. You're just sort of crowding it out with the words in your head and you don't realize it. So be aware of the mental words you're using, but also be aware of the image. I have found usually it's the image that dominates, because again, that's the form that the subconscious mind thinks in, because that's how we were originally thinking in it when we were born and when we were babies. So anyway, happy manifesting and have a very wonderful day.